Hi friends, welcome to WebChamp. In this video, I am going to discuss how to install SQL Server, then SQL Server Integration Services, then Analysis Services, and then Reporting Services on your system. While you start the journey of learning all those things, so you can search for the SQL Server download and then look for the Microsoft official document, official link to download the SQL Server. Okay. So now here you will see there are many editions of SQL Server. So if you want to run the SQL Server on Azure, you can use this. Okay, then SQL Server at the edge. So to extend SQL to IoT device for the real-time analysis with Azure SQL. So these are cloud-based solutions. So there is something called SQL Server on premises. This is the paid version. Okay. So you need to install if you are not meaning you are using this for the production purpose. Okay, not for the testing purpose. But if you want to use SQL Server for free, so there are two versions in SQL Server. First one is developer edition, another one is express edition. So using express edition, you will be able to use only database engine. So you will not get analysis service and all included in this express edition. Okay. So you can use this if you want to learn the SQL only or SQL Server only. But if you want to go beyond that with SSIS, SSAS, or SSRS, meaning SQL Server Reporting Services, then you can install this developer edition also. This is again a free edition, but this is conditioned uh, to use as a production. So this will have a exact similar all the features from this on-premises SQL Server. So just say download, you will be able to download it. So very small amount of file it will download. It's just 4 MB. But this is just a startup file. You need to run this file and then it will install all other required. But how to do a configuration while installing the analysis service and SQL Server database engine? So let's run this. Okay. And you can select this as a basic. So what it will do, it will install the basic installation type, meaning automatically it will install the default settings for you. But if you go and select the custom, so you will be able to define the location where you would like to install. Then I selected this is my location. Then I will say install. Okay. So it will take some time to open the wizard, right? So here they have given the a couple of links to do if you want to launch system configuration checker, if you want to download data migration assistance, you can go. So the all these are the web links. Okay, and even if for Azure extension for SQL Server, if you want to download this, you can download this. Okay, then SQL Server Migration Assistant is there. You can use this also. So SQL Server Migration Assistant can migrate Oracle, SAP. So all these types of databases to SQL Server. So you can use this also. Okay. So here you just find a link, then click on the installation. Our interest is to install the things. Okay. So if you want to install reporting service, you can click on this. It will open a page to download the reporting services. I will open that. So here Here you will find link to download this. Okay, so they have given the configuration how you can install, how you can download SQL Server. Okay, so for reporting service and all, you need to install the SQL Server data tools. Right, so reporting service you cannot install with this SQL Server setup. You can install the analysis service. Reporting services is something different that you need to install separately. Then SQL Server Management Tool, if you want to install this, you can install. If you just have to click on this. Okay, so let me come back. Okay, so here download SSMS. If you click on this link, it will start downloading. Similarly, here there is a link. If you click on this, it will start downloading SQL Server Reporting Services. I clicked on this and let's see. Okay, so this has navigated to this page. Let's start the downloading of reporting service. Right. So SSMS also you can install. If I click on this, it will start downloading, but I already have installed, so I'm not going to install SSMS. If you want to use Azure Data Studio, you can use this one also. Okay, so if I say click on this and if I just go down here, you can select the version, what kind of version. So ARM 64 and all, if you want to use, see, you can use. So there is a reason of these versions you can see. So system installer, user installer. So I would like to go with the user installer. Okay, so I can download this. So like this, you have to download the tools. Okay, to install the uh, reporting service. Similarly, you may you may came across installing the analysis service. So reporting service we saw, right? But yes, uh, to use all these SSIS and SSRS from the Visual Studio, you need to install the data tools for that. So you can click on this SQL Server data tools link. Okay. So here you can see that install SQL Server data tools for Visual Studio. But yes, so analysis service, integration service, and reporting service extensions you need to install. Okay, so they have given the process how you can, but yes, here is the link. You can use all these three links. Okay, based on your Visual Studio version. If you are using Visual Studio for 2019, here you will find link. And yes, so let's uh, go and just open the page. Okay, so for analysis service, here you can start downloading the pages, meaning these projects. Okay, this is kind of this is not actually a project and all. This is a setup for analysis service extension to use with Visual Studio, right? So we are here. So we saw how and from where we can get all these tools that we need. Okay, we are in a progress to download many of them. Reporting service we are downloading, right? So if you want to continue with installation, so let's go and select the maintenance. So what do you want to do here? If you want to uh, update, you can select this. If you want to repair SQL Server installation, you can repair. And there may be a installation. Okay, so here there is a wizard. Okay, so first link is new SQL server stand alone installation and add features on existing. So I would like to start the new installation. So from installation, there is a new SQL Server. First link you can click, it will start the installation of SQL Server setup. Okay. Use Microsoft Update to check for update. You can tick this or you can skip this. That is fine. I will say next. All these are installation rules. Okay, everything is passed. This is just a warning. This is fine. Okay, we will see that later. Then I will say edition. So here you can even select the edition, that express edition or evaluation edition or developer edition. So I'm good with developer edition. If you want to use the pay as you go billing through the Microsoft Azure, if you have Azure account and SQL Server, that then you can use this. Okay, but not required. So we are good to continue for practice purpose with developer edition. License terms and conditions, you are supposed to agree all these conditions. If you have Azure, you can select this. You I don't want this, so I'm just disabling this, right? So I'm not going to install Azure extension for SQL Server. Now here you can select what you want. Database engine I want, right? And all those things I'll select. Even this is not required, this is optional. Then I would like to install the analysis service. So here you have an option to install the analysis service. Then what is the shared feature and also integration services? Scale out master, scale out worker. So we will see in later videos what is the scale out master and scale out worker. So I'm just installing the shared features, all shared features, then master data service. And okay, so you can enable this. It's not needed, but let's use this. Okay. So now as you make the selection, you can see that lots of configurations are added here, right? So I don't need this because I just want to install the analysis service. Okay, because they need some kind of feature that we don't, or some kind of credentials that we don't have. So you can skip this. Even if okay, if I keep this, okay, it is not going to affect. Now this is fine. This is what my final selection. Then I will say next. This is the default instance. If you want to create a named instance, you can create named instance. I will keep this as a default. So here you just have to specify the name and instance ID for the instance of SQL Server. Instance ID become the part of the installation path. Okay, so this is the SQL Server installation. So whatever the named instance you will see here, that will be added to this part. I will use default one. Okay, no need to change. Now it will go and ask for the server configuration. Right. So here is services. So it is asking me to use separate account. Okay. If you want to define the password for a database engine, analysis service engine, if you want to set up different password, you can go and select the manual. If you select manual and all, so you will be able to set this, but this is not required. Okay, so we are going to use the default Windows authentication for this. So all these database engine analysis service and all we will install. Okay, so MT, this is SQL Server OLAP service and SQL service. Right. So say 1 second, what I set up is agent. Okay, this is just a manual, otherwise everything is yes. So now database engine configuration. So what kind of authentication mode you would like to use? So you can use mixed or Windows authentication. So I would like to continue with Windows authentication. So here you need to add the user. So I will say add current user. This is what my username. Without adding user, you won't be able to continue. Again, here you need to add and always install the tabular model. Okay, so multidimensional mode don't install. This is little bit complex. Okay, but nowadays that is not in use. So we always continue with the tabular model or tabular mode. Then current user I have added. The next features, just you can review what and all selection you have made to install. Okay, so database engine, then analysis service, and there are many features we have started. We have selected, so all those features you can see here, and here is a integration services. Fine. So start the installation. This may take a couple of minutes, depends on your processor, but yes, this is how SQL Server we can install, right? So once you install the SQL Server, you will be able to install this reporting services. So reporting services, I think download is finished. Okay, so reporting services, then you need to install this. Okay, but to create the SSIS packages, what you need is you need to install the data tools. So if you come to this SQL Server Analysis Service Integration Services, so all these are the projects. You can see that it will show like projects, but you can simply say download. Okay, so SSIS project you can download. Then other setups also you will be able to download for this. So reporting service, and you may find a download. Okay, so this is something different. Okay. So you can see that this has started the downloading. I already have downloaded it on my system, so I'm not going to download that again. But similarly, for analysis service also, you can say just if you say get started, it will install from the another, meaning outside of the marketplace. So this is getting downloaded from the outside of the market, meaning Microsoft's marketplace. So that's why it gives the warning. Okay, you need to wait for a couple of minutes to finish this, and then we will be able to perform. Meanwhile, okay, so you have just installed the SQL. You just have installed the SQL Server database engine, but if you want to use or if you want to access the data, if you want to write the SQL queries, what you need to do is you need to install this download SQL, meaning you need to download this SQL Server Management Studio. So this is the tool we use to access the database, or we can execute the queries from this tool on the SQL Server. So if you have Azure Data Studio, that is fine. You will be able to do that. But yes, this SQL Server Management Studio has more features. than this. So we are good to install this. Okay, so if you click on this download link, it will start the download for me. Right. So let's wait until it gets download or it finish the download. And even this installation is still in progress. Once you have SQL Server installed on your system, then only you will be able to install the other packages. Similarly, you can install the Visual Studio also. So I will say Visual Studio 2022 download. Okay, so you are good to download the community version. So here, if you come on the Microsoft official link, so here there is a community. So you can select the community version. Professional and enterprise is licensed versions. Okay, so this will again install this setup. Okay, once this setup done, then whatever these packages, meaning these projects or extension for the Visual Studio you have downloaded, you will be able to install that. Okay, all those things are ready at my end. Okay, then SSMS even I have downloaded it on my system. So let's wait until this gets finished. Then one project I have downloaded, that is called, okay, this reporting service. So I can install this for SQL Server. Okay, this is an application. So we will install that also, but before installing that, we need to have the instance of SQL Server on our system first. So this is almost done. Even this is already available. SSMS is already available at my end, so I can use directly. I'm just waiting to get finished this installation. Then I will show you how to access the SQL database engine. So this is how you will see the message that you have installed all the features that you have selected, and just close the setup. We don't need this, and just run the SSMS. Once you have the, okay, so here you will be able to select the database engine. Once you select the database engine, database name, it will prompt automatically. Then just double click on, and this is the database engine I have. Okay, so trust this server certificates. and I will say connect. Okay, this is what the connection you have made with your database. Okay, so this is system default databases. We have not created any database so far, but similarly, if you want to make the connection with the analysis service, you can go. You might have saw that we have installed the one more. This is the analysis service we have installed, and I can make the connection. So on this analysis service, okay, so we can have the databases and all, but how it will come, obviously we will see all those things one by one. Right, so here you can on the analysis service side, since this is a tabular model, you can use DAX queries to retrieve the data. On SQL Server side, you can use SQL data or SQL commands to retrieve the data. Okay, so then we have not yet installed this reporting services, right? So that's why it is not showing. So let me say cancel and cancel, and let's go and install the reporting service. Okay, so developer edition I would like to select, and then say next, then I accept this, then I accept, and just to say install. Okay, side by side you can install the Azure Data Studio also. Not sure whether we are able to install multiple tools. Yeah, this will get succeeded because okay, this got finished, but maybe these two are the different types of installation. That's why. Okay, so we will install. This is like SSMS. You will be able to access the SQL Server, and we will be able to do a lots of things. Whatever you can, the way you can write SQL queries from here, you will be able to write SQL queries from Data Studio also. This is again Azure Data Studio is a free tool. You will be able to make the connections with Azure databases and all. But yes, this is integrated tool with many Microsoft tools. Okay, so I'm going to launch it. So we have installed reporting service now, right? So let's refresh. Then I will say connect, and then I will say reporting service. Browse for more, and now you will be able to see that earlier this component was this webchamp slash SSRS was not showing. So now I am able to see. So now what it says cannot connect to reporting service couldn't be found. Okay. So I'm just missing something. We need to debug that, or might be because of that is not installed. Sorry, the system is not yet restarted. That's why maybe that instance is not accepting the connections. Okay, fine. But yes, we are able to see that even for SSIS also. If I go, this is integration, this is services, and then if I say, okay, so well, access is denied. Okay, so some settings I might need to look, okay, to make the connection with the service. But you are able to, you are just able to find the instance of it. So if I click on this, you will be able to see this is the instance, right? So we will see how we can make the connections with all the types of services, how we can use all the types of services. So let me come back to this Azure Data Studio. Okay, so I made the connection with the already made the connection with the service that okay, this is my Microsoft accounts. It is just trying to find. Let me delete this and again delete this. This is again this could be available. So Microsoft SQL Server, and I used driver. Okay, SQL Server drivers I've used. This is fine. And multi-factor authentication. This is even fine. So I'm just trying to make the connection with Azure, but I think that that service has been stopped, or that is no more in use. Okay, let me cancel this. Okay, let me even delete this. So if you was to add the server, you can add the server. So go to the new connection, SQL Server. Then server name and port you can install. So what I will do is I will use so this is the server name we will find here. This is the server name WebJump. Okay, inside a connection, not connection, database. WebJump is the name. This is fine. So if I put WebJump, then Windows authentication I can select, right? Encryption, you are supposed to select this mandatory. Trust server certificate, you are supposed to say true, and then only you will be able to make the connection. So this has made the connection with the database, whatever the database I have. So if I come, so there is a database like master, model, MSDB, tempdb. These are the databases are there in uh, WebChamp. So you can see master, model, MSDB and all. So if you create any new databases, obviously after refresh that will come here. Okay, so this is just okay. So somehow that connection, this is a connection with Azure, but this is not working. Maybe Azure stopped responding because trial may have ended, right? So here you can have the lots of features that we will explore later. So this is all about installing the SQL Server data tools, or we can say SQL BI data tools on your system. I hope you like the content of this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a nice day.